Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for being here with me this morning on this beautiful Friday. I hope you all have a great week and I hope you have an even better weekend. All right. So, my name is Brittany Maxwell. If you guys are new to my trainings, I am a sub team of Team Sky. I have my own platinum team, y'all. We're called Vision Quest. I have been with the Archer and Evolution family for almost 3 years. This coming May will be my 3 year work anniversary. So I actually decided to join the Archer and Evolution family back in May of 2021. Y'all, I am a homeschool mom, and homeschool is like my full time job. Okay. But I still wanted to have a career that I would be able to do in my own time, and also in the comfort of my own home. So I joined the Archer and Evolution family um, with that in mind, right? That I would be able to still homeschool and also be able to have a career, right? Any advice that I could give you guys is to keep pushing forward, okay? There's going to be times that we're like, Are we really doing this? This is stressful, right? Keep going. All right, keep going. Give yourself that time to build your business from the ground up. Because even though we are affiliated with a host agency, we really are building our brand and our business from the ground up, you guys. Okay. So give yourself that time. And you're going to have to put in the effort. All right. If you want clients, you have to put in the effort to your business. Okay. All right, y'all. So I thought that doing a little training on building quotes for our clients on Canva would be really good. Canva is my go-to for every aspect of my travel business, and even in my day-to-day life. Okay, I use Canva for creating marketing and advertising materials for my business pages, creating videos for our social media pages, and also building our quotes. Okay. I know a lot of the vendors that we work with were able to send quotes directly from the vendor to our clients. But me, myself, and you guys, I like to add that little personalized touch to it. So I always send the quotes to myself and I build them a presentation on Canva. It does take a little bit more time, you guys, but that little bit of extra time that we can put into building our quotes for our clients, I really do feel that brings in those clients. Okay, right? It turns those lookers into bookers, right? Because you're giving them the visuals that they need, you're giving them the information that they need. Okay, so y'all, I do have you muted right now, but you should be able to unmute. But the only thing that I ask you is that if you do have questions, y'all, either put them out into the chat, or wait until we get to the end of our session and I will answer all of your questions. Okay. If you put them in the chat, I might not see them at the time that you put them in. Okay. Because I will not be on our Zoom screen. I will be on whatever screen share we're doing at that time. All right. But I will try to keep an eye on everything, my audio, my video, my screen share, and different things like that to make sure that we are good to go. Okay. So, y'all, when we are building quotes for our client, right, the very first thing that we have to do before we even start building those quotes, y'all, is that qualifying, right? We must qualify our clients so that we can gather that information. So, that initial consultation, you guys, that begins by scheduling a phone call with your client. Okay. I love speaking with my clients on the phone. We're able to build that relationship and trust by speaking with them on the phone, right? And during that consultation, you're going to discuss with your client the travel requirements, okay? If you do not feel comfortable doing this over the phone, especially if you're really new, right? This can be done via email. All right. Or even text message. But me, I would rather get on the phone with my client. Right. During that qualifying our clients, you guys, that's our chance to understand our client's needs. So before we can even create a quote for our client or that presentation for our client, it's extremely crucial to understand what they're looking for, what their needs are, their preferences, their expectations. and a budget, right? Most of our clients have a budget, right? And that budget, guys, we're able to provide them with the best possible travel experience, okay? Because if you do not ask them what their budget is, right, you'll go in and you might find a package that costs $8,000, but their budget's only four. So making sure you understand their budget, right? You're going to ask probing questions to gather that relevant information so that you can tailor your quote to your client. All right. During that consultation, you guys, you're going to identify their needs and their preferences. Okay. You're going to ask open ended questions to understand their travel needs. Okay. Some of those questions can be, where do they want to travel? What type of accommodations do they prefer? Hotel, resort, vacation home. All right. Are they interested in activities like sightseeing tours, adventures, or even those sports, and cultural experiences? All right. And again, what's their budget? Okay, guys, we must know what their budget is. All right. Are there any specific requirements or special considerations like dietary restrictions or their accessibility needs? Okay, we need to know this information before we can build them a quote, right? And y'all, it is extremely essential to understand our client's budget so that we can tailor their travel options accordingly. Okay. um Also, when we have that budget, you guys, that will help us in recommending suitable destinations within their price range, accommodations, transportations, activities, all within their budget. Okay. So once you have qualified your client, then you can go in and you can start searching through the vendors on what they're looking for. Okay. My favorite go to as far as vacation packages, flights, resort, rental car, transfers, even activities. I love using VAX. There are so many options inside of VAX that we have access to. Okay. And you guys, you're able to get all inclusives, family vacations. You're able to get Disney and even Universal Studios all inside of VAX. Okay. So, providing those recommendations, all right, based on the information that we gather from our client during that initial consultation, we're able to start customizing their itinerary. All right. Going into our vendors, creating a quote for our client. Right. So, what that means is going into our vendors, guys, we're pulling the information that they want, the destination, the dates, how many are going. All right. And we're able to build all of that great information and put together a customized itinerary quote for our client. All right. So, let's get started. All right. I have on Canva right now because, again, this is my go to site for pretty much every aspect of my business. All right. So I actually have created quite a few quotes over the last couple of weeks, the last month. So you guys are going to be able to see the different quotes that I have created on Canva. All right. So what I do, you guys, I build this quote on Canva. Let me say this. I build this quote through our vendors, right? On Vax, we can save that itinerary and we can also send it to ourselves. So I send it to myself and then I copy and paste the information from the quote in the email, put it on a presentation format. When it comes to our cruise lines, that's a little bit different. Okay. I'll show you how I do that as well. Okay. So, what I love about creating our own quotes, you guys, is that we're able to personalize the presentation, right? We're able to customize that travel presentation to reflect our business, to reflect our brand. We can use our logos, we can use our colors. If you have a certain type of font that you like to use, you can put that in there to create that personalized experience, all right? So, once the client has selected, um, their dates, all right, you can work on creating that customized itinerary that meets their needs. Okay. So, my favorite thing to do, you guys, is I will go to this presentation tab. All right. And as you can see, I do use Canva a lot, so it already auto-populates different presentations that I may be interested in, okay? But what I also do is I'll use the search tab and I'll type in travel presentation, right? And it'll give me the different templates that are available on Canva for those travel presentations, right? And if you guys are new to Canva, every aspect of any template on Canva can be adjusted, can be edited, okay? So if you're new to Canva, you guys will see here that there's a pro, right? And then this right here, this doesn't have that little crown, all right? If you're not using the pro version of Canva, you're only able to get access to those free templates, all right? So the free templates you see do not have this crown on there. But you guys, I do recommend that you look into the pro version of Canva because you're able to connect all of your social media accounts to Canva so you can send content directly from the Canva app to your social media pages, right? And also, they have that content calendar so that you're able to plan out your content for a week, a month, however you guys like to plan out that content. All right. So I'm going to show you right now one of the travel quotes that I did create on Canva. Right. So this was for one of my clients looking into the Bahamas, St. Lucia. So what I did, you guys, in Vax, I did multiple destinations. No, wait, I did create a let me think of what it's called. A sales template. Yeah, there we go. It's a sales template. You're able to select your flights, return, departure and return flights, right? And then in the sales, create a sales template, you're actually able to um attach 2 or 3, 4 or 5, however many you choose, resorts so that they have several options to choose from. Okay. So once you have that information, you send it to yourself, and then you can start building your client's quote on Canva. All right. So I love creating visuals. Okay. Highlighting the benefits of the area. All right. Um, and having those images, you guys, those high quality images, the graphics, right? These visuals appeal to your client in your presentation. Okay. Those visuals can help convey that information more effectively and really just keep your client engaged. Okay. I love doing this because it's not every agent builds their quotes on client on Canva, you guys. But I really do believe that putting in that little bit of extra effort turns those lookers into bookers. So let me press this present so that you will be able to see what this looks like. Okay. So this is the first page, right? Travel far, explore wide, and let your journey be the story worth telling. So I do have 29 pages on here, you guys, but I did include several different options as far as the hotel, right? So you guys will see, and always in my quotes I always make sure to add in that these quotes are based on current rates, and availability is subject to change until the trip is confirmed with a deposit or paid in full and booked, right? Because let's say I send this to my client today and they don't get back to me for 4 days, right? In that 4 day time, that price may fluctuate, right? So if I send them this and it's $3,000 and they come back to me 4 or 5 days later and it's went up to $3,300 or $3,500, they already know that this is based on current rates and is subject to change. Okay. So that saves us in the event that our client's like, oh, well, you told me a certain price, but those prices change, you guys. The availability of those flights, those accommodations, they change, right? So I'm just going to scroll through this real fast so you can see kind of the information that I put on the quotes for my client. All right. So with the images, these are going directly to our clients. Okay. So you do not really have to worry about where you get your images from. Y'all, if you find your best images on Google, save them and put them into your design. All right. If you find the images that you want on Canva, That's fine. In the vendors, that's fine because this is going directly to your client. You want those really nice images that's going to keep your client entertained, right? And this is their first itinerary quote. Okay. So this is actually one of the resorts that we had picked out for them. All right. And it's the Zoetry in St. Lucia, all inclusive. All right. It tells the location of it. All right. The room, junior queen. King, excuse me, travel protection, because I always try to include that travel protection price, even if they say no, that they don't want that. Right. I want them to see that travel protection. Right. So this specific resort with the flights, you guys, is $4,449 and some change, right? And then I add in a little information about the resort, right? The Zoetry, it's an AMR collection, right? And it just tells you kind of about the resort, where it's at. The resort boasts accommodations from junior suites to a penthouse. Let's see, 4 restaurants and bars to treat guests to rich culinary traditions, a palette of Caribbean flavors, right? Or so it just, I'm really just giving that client information about the specific resort, the destination, so that they can make that informed decision on where they want to stay. All right. So here's the second resort that I included into their itinerary. Right. This is St. Lucia. All right, it's a Royalton. All of these in this package are all inclusive because that's what they were looking for. All right, and then this page explains and gives information about the resort. All right, let's see. Built for travelers of all ages. Let's see. It's exclusive pool, beach, dining areas, and hideaway for an adults only sanctuary. Right, and we have one more. Right, this one was a little more expensive, right? The first two were about $3,000, $4,000. This one is about seven. So I give them that different range. So this client, their actual budget was about $8,000. So I did really stick to and under their budget. Right. And of course, you give them that information. So, you guys, all of this information was copied and pasted from the vendor. Right. So, if you have been in Vax, you know that once you click on the resort, right, it'll pull up a little menu. And in that menu, you'll get to see all of the information about the resort. Right, you'll be able to choose your rooms. You'll see the reviews and everything. So all I do, you guys, is I copy and paste that information from the hotel, from the resort, and I put that into my presentation. Right, and so this was actually St. Martin's. Right, giving them different options. So this one did take a little bit of time, you guys, because there are so many options. But he was kind of everywhere. All right, you guys. And we're going to have clients that are just kind of everywhere. They want to go somewhere, but they don't know where. All right. So for their budget of $8,000, they could really, they could kind of go anywhere that they wanted to, in the Caribbean and Mexico. So this is what I've done. I've just built them this information so they could see what all inclusive resorts are available for the different locations that they were looking for. All right, and throughout the same presentation, you guys, it is just that information that we copy and paste from either the email or from the vendor itself, so that they could have all of that information that they need, right, to make that informed decision. Some of it's a little more than the others, but also it just depends on the resort and what their offerings are for us as bookers, right? Clients. That one actually happens to be my favorite right here. It's so beautiful. I don't know why I love this so much, but I do. And it's crazy because it's a golf resort, but it's absolutely beautiful. The reviews were wonderful. Let's see. I think I have one more in there. Yeah, one more. But that, you guys, is all of the information that I would use to put on there. I do have a couple of more quotes pulled up that I will show you because every client is different. So every quote that we build is going to be different. All right. So let me get to the end of this. All right. Okay. It's got really nice visuals, you guys, compelling visuals. Right. I try to incorporate all of the information for the resorts, okay? And by offering those multiple destinations, right? Providing that client with different options and different packages to choose from, catering to their budgets, right? This gives them that flexibility and helps them feel more in control of their decision making process, all right? Because I did provide them with quite a few, all right? So at the end of the presentation, you guys, this is my call to action, okay? Leaving your contact information, okay, whether it's scheduling a follow-up meeting, all right, or actually making that reservation, right? Use your business name, your phone number, your email, right? This is your quote, okay, that you are sending your client. All right, let me pull up another. All right, let me show you guys this one. So I absolutely love this one too. The way that it come together was absolutely amazing. So let me show you guys this one in full screen. All right. So my brand, my logo, you guys, this is the logo that I used for my business. It's a little starfish and it's got that little airplane going through it. It's actually two different elements that I put together, but I use it on pretty much everything that I do. All right. Very nice. Looks absolutely amazing. And that's also my colors as well. It's my brand colors. All right. There's my business card. All right. And if we click on this, that takes you to my Facebook. No, it takes you to my website, not my Facebook business page. So that they can go directly to my website. All right. And let me see if I can go over. All right. Here we go. Exclusive getaway alert. Secure your paradise retreat from Thursday, June 8th to Wednesday, June 12th with these irresistible quotes. So this actually has a couple of different resorts in here as well. Okay. And I also included all international passengers, regardless of age, must present a government issued, non expired U.S. passport upon flight check in and for U.S. Customs re entry after air, land, and sea travel. All right. But a lot of my clients, you guys, if they're looking to go out of the country, they already know they must have their passport. But I do add that in just in case. Okay. So this is another quote, St. Lucia. All right. Please take time to learn about all the requirements well in advance and prior to departure. Um, Requirements may need advance action, including completing an electronic registration authorization before departing home or airport or upon arrival. All right. Verification of a negative COVID test. Let's see. Let's go on to our next page, you guys. All right. Zoetry. All right. This is one of the same resorts from the last quote. And just more information. All right. I include any information that my client would like to know before that actual booking. Okay. Outbound flights, the total package of this flight. And then Paradise Island, Bahamas. And just the same information, you guys, okay? We're adding in information for the resort. We're adding in information from the flights, the transfers, the rental cars if they get rental cars, activities if they get rental cars. Right? By providing this information, you guys, they're really able to make that decision themselves. Okay. Resort credits, all right? Paradise Island area hotels, round trip transportation between the airport and your hotel. Right. And it tells them the Majestic Tours will greet you outside the airport and escort you to your vehicle. So they have all of the information that they need. Right. The all inclusive program. What's included in that all inclusive program? All meals and local imported alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages, right? It has all the information that they need for that all inclusives. Okay. All hotel guests are required to wear an all-inclusive wristband for identification purposes. So my quotes, you guys, tell them everything that they need to know before they even make that reservation. All right. Turks and Caicos. I might not have said that right, but let me just scroll through so you guys could see. So it's pretty much my quotes are the same as far as the aspect of it, right? I incorporate all of the same information. just making sure that they have what they need. Okay. All right. And let me show you a cruise quote that I did. All right. So I actually have two pulled up. So I have, let me show you guys this one. All right. So this was for, I believe, Virgin. And some of when it comes to our cruises, you guys, Carnival, you can send a quick quote to your client. But again, I send that to myself and I use that information to build the quotes myself. Okay. So let me show. All right. Let me make it, let's do present if we can. Right. Some of the templates make it kind of hard. All right, here we go. We don't want to record, but we just want to present to see what it's going to look like, right? Depending on the format of your quote that you are building. All right. So this picture, you guys, I actually did a Google search of the route for this cruise. Okay. So they leave Miami, right? And they go to Bimini, and then Puerto Plata. All right, so same information, you guys. All right, I just take the information from the cruise lines and put this all together on a format for them, PDF, right? And it has the depart, right? Miami, they're sailing, Puerto Plata. All right, so I actually got those days wrong. I said the Bahamas first, but that's okay, right? All right, and then they arrive back in Miami 6 days later. All right, what's included on that Virgin Voyages? Food, tips, Wi-Fi, group workouts, essential drinks, shows and entertainment, right? And these images I actually did take from Virgin. I just back click on the image and save it to my desktop and then upload it into Canva. All right, what's included? Don't that look so good, y'all? Like, give me some of that seafood right now, please. Thank you. Yes. All right. Raise your glass. Regain the freedom of getting what you want with essential drinks always included. Right. I also include what's the benefits of purchasing a bar tab? It pays to prepay, right? And we have the actual price of those beers, those basic cocktails, and even the wine. All right, because you guys, everybody likes to have a little fun sometimes, right? Especially if you are on vacation, you want to have a little fun, right? You want to have a little drink with your spouse. You want to have fun, right? It's your vacation, have fun. All right, so we have right here. This is the cabin. You can actually take a lot of these images from your vendor, right? If you're working on Carnival, and you're not seeing an image of their staterooms, you can actually click on staterooms and it'll pull up another page that you guys will be able to take screenshots of the cabin so that you can upload. All right. But this is from Virgin. All right. And my clients, they wanted to fly into Miami from New Orleans. So I included the information for the flights as well. All right. Flight summary, New Orleans to Miami, a day before the cruise departure. When it comes to my cruise clients, you guys, I always make sure that they understand you do not want your flight to arrive the same day that your cruise departs. There are so many things that can go wrong. There's so many things that can happen. It's always best to go in a day before or a couple of days before, right? So I was actually able to include this flight price into their quote so that they would all, or yeah, into their quote so that they would be able to see how much those quotes are, and also the hotel the day before check-in, all right, of the cruise, so that they would be able to see, okay, well, we can get one room, two people for $197. Okay. All right, so let me go into this last cruise that I did. So this was actually through Carnival. All right. And so you guys will see the resemblance of my quotes, right? All I have to do, you guys, if I'm working on a quote and I want to use the same template on my homepage, I just make a copy of that template so I can use the same and just change the verbiage, change the images, right? If you're working on presentations for your quotes, it's easy to already use what you have. Okay. I'm not saying don't every quote you want to do a different one for every client. That's fine. That depends on you and your time and the time that you want to put in it. But for me, you guys, why not use something I've already built together and just change it, right? Nobody knows that I'm using the same quotes for my clients. All I do is change that information, right? All right, let's do this present and we'll see what this looks like as a big screen. All right, life is better at sea where the waves dance and the sunsets enchant, and every day is a new adventure waiting to be discovered. So these little catchy quotes, you guys, I get those from Chat GPT. Okay. So if I'm working on a quote, I'll go on to Canva. I'll go on to Chat GPT and I'll say, or I'll type in, give me a catchy cruise quote, right? And it'll give me different options as far as the quote that I want to put in um, on my flyers, on my travel quote. All right. So this is from Carnival. Get ready for an unforgettable voyage on Carnival Breeze. Dine into a world of tropical wonders, thrilling adventures, and ultimate relaxation. So I really try hard, you guys, to make sure that my clients are satisfied with their quotes. Okay. And when it comes to the cruises, I always try to have an image of the actual itinerary, right? So this one starts in Galveston, it goes to Progreso, Yucatan, then Cozumel, and then back to Galveston. Right? It has information from the stateroom. So on Carnival, when you send yourself the quote, what I do, you guys, I go to that quote and I take screenshots of the information that I want to use. Okay. So this was actually a screenshot, and so is this. You can't tell because, it's already put together in that format so that you can see. All right. And I always include if the price is going to change, right? The rates listed in this price breakdown below does include vacation protection, gratuities, travel fees, and port expenses. Okay. So this is that breakdown, right? Day one, they depart Galveston at 3:30. Day six, they arrive back in Galveston at 8 a.m. All right. So this was actually for three guests. Okay. This was for a client. They live in Indianapolis and they are looking to go on a Carnival cruise in June, I believe. Yeah, I think it was June. All right, and then the charges. Okay, so this is a screenshot also of the charges for Carnival. So when you send yourself that quote for Carnival, you will get to see the breakdown of it. Okay, right? We have our deposit date, we have our final due date. Okay, all right. And if your client, sometimes you guys, we have those clients that says, I don't know when I want to go. I don't know exactly the dates. I just know I want to go in June or July. All right. So what I tell my clients when it comes to cruises, hurricane season starts June 4th. Okay. For us in Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, you guys, in the Gulf of Mexico, our high times for hurricane really are going to be August, September, right? But I let my client know during that initial consultation, right? If they come to me and say, "Okay, I want to go to the Bahamas in August," right? I specifically tell my client at that time, okay, well, you must understand during the summer, June, July, August, September, and even October, you guys, that is hurricane season. Okay. Those cruise lines are not going to run during a hurricane. Okay. So if my client wants to go during hurricane season, they must add vacation protection. Okay. Because if there's a hurricane out there, they're not going on that cruise. All right. And if anybody comes to me and say, "Well, I don't really know when I want to go. I just know I want to go in the summer." I say, "Well, how about the beginning of summer?" Right? The beginning of summer, you don't have to worry about those hurricanes. Okay. Your trip, your cruise will most likely go off without any kind of problems. All right. So, what I did for this client, you guys, I included several options for the month of June, right? An 8-day cruise starting June 1st, a 7-day cruise starting June 1st. Okay. So, but you'll see the 8-day Eastern Caribbean, that's on Carnival Dream, 7-day Western Caribbean, Carnival Jubilee. All right. And I do put a little box right here because there is some I can't remember exactly what is behind that, but it's there, right? I hid something. All right. And then I just give them more dates, right? Because if they're like, yeah, I want to go in June, but I don't know what date, right? I don't know how many days I want to go. I give them those several different options, right? And with this quick quote, you guys, all I did was I went into Carnival. I pulled the cruises for the month of June and from Galveston, and it give me all of these different options. And I would just take a screenshot of about 3 at a time and then include those into the quote. But when it comes to these right here, you guys, okay, these do not include any kind of Carnival vacation protection, does not include gratuities, taxes, fees, or port expenses. This is just the starting price, okay? So that's why it says from 1148 or from 1204. All right, let me go to the end. Let's see if we'll ever get to the end. Okay, the Cheers program with Carnival that gives them more information about why they should choose that Cheers program. All right, what's included with that Cheers program? The image of the cabin. So Carnival's cabin images aren't as good as Virgin Voyages, but it still gives them the idea of what that cabin's going to look like. Right, and their outbound flights, their return flights, the options of hotel before the cruise departs, right? And you'll see on some of my quotes, I do have that contact information on the bottom, but some of them it might be at the end. All right. And just like this is my business card, of course, a picture of myself, and then my logo. You guys, when it comes to working with our clients, I really do feel like that personal aspect is going to really hook your clients. Okay. Getting yourself outside of the box, right? I know that a lot of us don't really feel comfortable sharing images of ourselves and different things like that. But you guys, you're adding that personal touch, right? You're not scared to send your client a picture of your business card attached with a photo of yourself so that they can see you. They see that you're a real person. They see that they're working with a real person. Yes, you spoke with them on the phone, but still at the end of the day, your client wants to know that they're working with a real person, right? So and I always try to get them to my social media pages. And any of the quotes that I send, anytime I speak with my clients, I tell them, y'all, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, send me a friend request, right? I want to know my clients, right? And the more that you build that trust, that rapport with your clients, you guys, those are going to be returning clients. They are going to come back for more, right? So let me see. I have one more to show you, all right? Just so I can show you the different ways and information that we put into our quotes, all right? So this one is actually for Paris, okay? Um, I try to make all of my quotes really personalized. Vacation with Brittany, a presentation by Brittany, my little logo, all right? So this is that about page, right? We provide travel services to our clients. Not all of my quotes have that about pages. It kind of just depends on, the time that I have to put into that day. But as you guys will see, all of my quotes I really try hard to make very appealing, to really just give that client that extra information. Okay. And so this actually does have several different options for my client to choose from. But she had a set budget of about 3,500 to 4,000. So I really tried to stay within her budget. And this was actually for a mother and daughter doing a Paris trip for her daughter's 20th birthday. And we have our contact information. All right. And don't miss out on this credible opportunity to experience the magic of Paris. Contact us today with your preferred accommodations to plan your dream giveaway. All right. There's my contact information. There's my website and my email. All right. So let me click present so that you guys will be able to see what this looks like in presenter mode. Okay. So very nice. I try really hard to make sure that my quotes are really catchy and nice, right? Putting in that little bit of extra effort, you guys, it really does change those lookers to bookers, right? Right. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to add, right? So y'all, we once we officially send this to our client, right? Once you have all of that information, right? Your very first thing that you do at any point in time is that qualifying client, that initial consultation where you gather that information from the client regarding their trip, their preferences, their destinations, their travel dates, their budget, activities, or any special requirements, right? Once we have that information, we start our research, right? Research various travel options, including flights, accommodations, transportations, all based on the client's preference and their budget. Right, compare prices through the vendors. Right, if you have a client that has a budget of $2,500, you are definitely going to have to research through our vendors to compare those prices to get them the rate that they're looking for. Right, and reviews, you guys, make sure you check the reviews on any resort that you are looking at, okay? Because if you don't check those reviews, y'all, you might send your client to a one-star resort and that trip may not be very great for them, okay? So definitely check out those reviews, right? Once you have that initial consultation, guys, that's when you start preparing that travel proposal, that quote, right? Include the flight options, the accommodations. If you are doing several different resorts, hotels, accommodations, include that in there as well, right? Activities and that breakdown of costs they want to see. So if you send them 4 resorts, don't include all 4 of those prices on the last page, okay? When you are working through and building that quote for your client, make sure that if you have Zoetry, right, you have that price on your Zoetry page, okay? Because you want to make sure that they understand those prices, okay? All right. And once you send this to your client, you guys, all right, present this travel quote to your client, right? Discuss any modifications or adjustments that they may need or want, all right? Let's see. After you send this to your client, y'all, you're going to follow up with them promptly, okay? After delivering the quote, as soon as you deliver the quote, give your client a call or send them a text message letting them know the delivery of that travel quote to their email, okay? Confirm that they have received that travel quote, right? And then let them know to follow up with you, right? If they have any kind of questions as far as the quote, right? And I like to give my clients about 2 to 3 days to look through that quote after they receive it, all right? And then after second or third day, you guys, I follow up with them and I ask them if they have any additional questions. Are there any concerns that they would like to address? And you guys, following up with your clients like that, it solidifies that relationship, right? They see that you are committed to their needs. And also, you guys, that reinforces your professionalism as a travel agent, right? All right, you guys. Let me see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to include in that, but I think I covered pretty much every aspect of building those quotes on Canva. Right. Let me go in, you guys. Right. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions? I know it was about 45 minutes, you guys. Um, but we'll go ahead and we'll stop the recording today. So you guys, thank you so much for being with me. If you have any questions, I will definitely get those answered. Okay. If you are watching this as a recording and you have any questions, you guys, just put those into the comment section and I will get to your questions as soon as I see them. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second.